Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Stasia, and if it's your first time landing on my channel, I've recently lost almost 60 pounds following a whole food plant-based diet. So if you are also currently on a health or weight loss journey and you find that you're just struggling a little bit, or you maybe hit a plateau and you're just kind of lost as to how to get things going again, then today's video is going to be perfect for you because I'm going to be sharing a handful of things that I did when I found myself stuck in my weight loss journey. So this is going back just a couple months ago. I finally hit the 50-pound mark and it just stopped. So I had to kind of figure out what to do to get things going. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing a few of those things, what I did and what I'm still doing to get the weight off. Okay, but before we jump into the video, if you are also lost as far as what the heck to be eating to start to see the weight come off, then I have good news, because right now I'm running a super awesome special on my brand new weight loss recipe ebooks that contain the exact recipes that I personally was eating to get almost 60 pounds off. So both of my brand new weight loss recipe ebooks are on sale as a bundle package for only $10. So that means you're getting both of my brand new books for only $5 each. It's a really incredible deal considering that you're getting both the books for less than the cost of one of the books at their original price. But that's not it. I'm also going to be doing a free giveaway because I know how much you guys like them and I love doing them as well. To the first 5 people that go down in my description box below right now and click the link, you are going to have the bundle package for free. And because I run such discounted sales on my books, there is a limited time attached to the sale because I can't sell them that cheap forever. So the sale will only be running for the next 48 hours. So if you haven't had a chance to check out my books, or you're just curious as far as exactly what I was eating to get the weight off, then now is your time to grab a copy of the books within the next 48 hours. So again, if you want to check out the books or have a chance at the free giveaway, then the link can be found in my description box below. Good luck. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about, which ranks probably number 1 in all that I did, was that I went back to the basics. So what does that mean? It means to really simplify your diet when you're trying to be hyper-focused on getting back on track and getting the scale to move. So for me, I thought that it was really important to not focus so much on some of my more creative meals, but just go back to eating as simple as I did when I first started to lose weight. And actually, one of the books that are on sale right now, which is my No Overt Fats Weight Loss Recipe ebook, this is the book that contains the recipes that I was eating to lose the first 30 pounds. So what I did was I just actually kept track of the foods that I was eating the most and put it together as an ebook for both you guys and myself. So what I did was basically just go back to those first initial steps of my weight loss journey and started to implement those meals again. Some of my favorite dishes were my carrot salad. I've talked a lot about that on this channel earlier in my weight loss journey, as well as my cheesy zucchini, which I probably ate enough zucchini to, be a zucchini. I don't know, it's running through my blood now, but I ate a lot of these zoodles and I just absolutely love them. I never got sick of them. So those were a really popular non-starchy veggie for me. So I really just started to focus on keeping things simple, like just pairing, some air fried French fries with that salad, or, a sweet potato with my cheesy zucchini, just kind of keeping it as simple as possible. I think when we're feeling stuck, there's a lot of overwhelming feelings that also come with that. Your head can kind of be spinning like, what do I do now? What's my next step? What shouldn't I eat? What should I eat? There's just a lot of overwhelming thoughts that can kind of take over. And I think when we, really simplify our meal, it tends to calm those overwhelming thoughts down a little bit. The goal should really be to relieve some of that food fatigue, constantly thinking about what we're going to eat or what we're not going to eat. So when we can, have some sort of guideline, for me, it was, those meals that I was eating in the first 30 pounds that I lost, I could refer back to my book for those specific meals. For you, it could just be something as simple as buying a bag of potatoes for the week and saying, you know what, this week, my starch of choice is going to be potatoes every night for dinner, and maybe you'll switch up the non-starchy. It could be a soup or a salad. Doesn't really matter. It can be really simple. But I think when you're feeling stuck, you're feeling overwhelmed, the best thing that you can do, like I did, was to just kind of go back to the basics, simplify your meals, calm down those overwhelming thoughts of feeling panicked about being stalled on your weight loss journey, or maybe not even being able to get things to really move in the first place. So the last thing we want is to overcomplicate things because we're probably already feeling very complicated in our minds. So what we can do to help ourselves is simplify our meals and, just kind of wash, rinse, and repeat that until we're well on our way. So that's something that worked really well for me, just going back to those basics, and it helped me get off almost an extra 10 pounds, I would say in just over a month or so. So try your best not to overcomplicate it. Simple, simple, simple is where you want to be. Okay, so the next thing that I did was started to have a fiber protein shake every single day, usually at breakfast time for me, but any meal will work. So if you don't know what my fiber protein shakes are, maybe it's your first time landing on my channel, then I will have this video linked in my description box below, so you can check it out there. Also, as part of that sale, my newest book that I've written, I just released about a month ago, is Shake Off the Weight, and there's over 22 delicious fiber protein recipes in there, like birthday cake, brownie, Snickers, coffee crisp. Those are just a few off the top of my head. They are incredible, but these shakes have been such an important part of my weight loss journey, and there's multiple reasons for that, but I'm just gonna name a few here, and that is that they're so easy, they're portable, and they kept me full for hours. That's the most important one. For me, I've struggled for years to get the weight off, and oftentimes in the past, I would deprive myself of certain things and feel that, I had to eat super strict and super clean and super healthy, which for me before that meant not very fun, boring flavors, very bland food. But it is literally my mission now to create meals that, are just popping with flavor, they're delicious, and they're healthy. And they support a weight loss journey, because healthy and weight loss don't always go hand in hand, which I also talk a lot about that in my channel. It was a hard lesson I had to learn. So we need to be eating things that are both healthy, weight loss friendly, and taste delicious. So those three things are always the things that I try to hit on the head with my recipes. Having one of these shakes just really helped to take that food fatigue I was talking about before kind of right out of the picture, because I just knew I'm having a shake. So I'd have my beans ready, I'd have all my simple ingredients, stocked, and these shakes took like 5 minutes to make. And when you're feeling overwhelmed and feeling stressed about what to eat, it is really nice just knowing this is what I'm eating. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So it's kind of just an easy way to put yourself on autopilot, and you no longer have to really think about it. These shakes are super popular around my house. I love them. I drink them all the time still. My kids drink them all the time with me. My husband even likes them, even though he eats completely opposite of me. He's like meat man times 1,000, but even he is shocked with how delicious these shakes are. So for me, getting the fiber and the protein in from those beans every day, they will always be something that I consume because of the ingredients that are used in them. It's a super easy way to get more beans in my diet every single day. And trust me, you don't taste the beans. So if you're not a huge fan of beans, this could be a really easy way to up your bean intake, because most of us know that beans are one of the healthiest foods that we can be eating, especially on a plant-based diet. But they're not always the easiest food to kind of work in our diet, especially in a North American diet. So for me, drinking these shakes have almost been, magical in the sense that I'm getting my beans in every day without even realizing I'm getting my beans in every day. Okay, so the next one I want to share with you guys is one I'm excited to tell you about, because it is fairly new and something I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit, down the road, because I'm just getting started with it, but I'm really hopeful and it seems really promising right now. But I'm going to touch on it right now. I'm going to give you a little teaser to what I've been up to. So as most of you know who've been following me, I did not exercise during my weight loss journey. Again, I always say that I'm not proud to say that, but it is what it is, and it's the truth. I did not exercise. So I am not someone who, naturally gravitates towards exercising and finds tons of joy in going for a run in the morning and, so I'm just not her, and I've come to terms with that. But with that being said, I also appreciate the importance of living a healthy lifestyle, and exercise is part of living a healthy lifestyle. So I've been racking my brain for months, a really long time, or really I should say my whole life, to try to figure out what on earth I could do that would work for me. And I'm really happy to say that I'm actually trying something different, and it's working out fantastic. So I have a feeling that this could be really helpful for a lot of you that are like me, that don't particularly like exercising, but you gotta get your butt moving and move a little bit more. So here it is. I've been doing something that I like to call intermittent exercising. When I first thought of the idea, I honestly thought that I was the first person to think of this idea. But then I did a quick Google search, and like most things, other people have discovered it before me. But anyways, I thought it was a bright idea nonetheless. And so what it is that instead of committing to getting on my walking pad and, walking for an hour or walking, to get 10,000 steps in, let me tell you something. For someone who does not like exercise, that just sets me up to be able to come up with all the excuses under the sun about why I'm unable to do an hour's worth of walking or why I'm unable to get 10,000 steps in. It's just too big. And like I was saying earlier in this video with the food, the best thing you can do when you're feeling stuck or unmotivated or things are just not moving is to scale things back. And we tend to want to do the opposite. We think we got to be doing the most in order to get things going, right? But what I've learned in my experience is that it is truly the opposite. We need to scale it back, simplify things, and set goals for ourselves that are small. And when they're small, it means that they're attainable. And for some reason, when they're smaller, our brains allow us to accept those challenges. They allow us to take that first step to making a change. But for me, anytime I was presented with something like, doing like a HIIT workout or doing some high cardio workout or, weightlifting and all these things, it just once again felt so overwhelming to me. And the worst thing that can happen is when we're feeling overwhelmed about food, about exercise, about all of it, is that what do we end up doing? Nothing. That's the worst thing that can happen, is that you do nothing. So instead of doing nothing, I decided, you know what? I'm going to try to start doing something. And so for me, I set a goal of doing 10 minutes of walking multiple times a day. Now, multiple means different things for me from day to day. Sometimes if I'm feeling exhausted or I have a super busy day, sometimes multiple might mean 2 times that day. Once in the morning, once at night. But hey, it's still 20 minutes of walking that I got in, even at 2 times. On a better day when I'm feeling more motivated, I'm pushing for 4 or 5 times a day of 10 minutes. That's it. Because for some reason, my brain can accept 10 minutes of walking. It can't accept 40 minutes or 50 minutes of walking. It's just too much. I'm not going to do it. And I know that about myself. But for some reason, I can do 10 minutes. So that's what I've been doing. I've just been doing 10-minute intervals where I can throughout the day, no specific time, no pressure, because whenever I have that pressure, I will find the excuses. I keep it really simple, keep it really flexible and fluid, and it has been working. So I'm going to be giving you guys an update in the future with how that goes. I'm really excited about this, because I have to say it's probably the first time in my life that I have found something that feels doable. So stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because I think if you're like me and exercise is not your forte, you're really gonna like this. So that's another thing you can try doing like me, just some intermittent exercising. Every time I wanna say fasting, because we've all heard that term, intermittent fasting, but instead intermittent exercising. And you can give that a try to see if that will help get things going. All right, so the next one is one I've talked a lot about on my channel, but it's really, really important to remember to do, and that is to bring your food with you. I was super, super good about this in the beginning of my weight loss journey. I would say I am fairly good at it still. Sometimes I slip up and I forget, but you can ask my husband, my kids, my family. Almost all times I will have some type of bag that has food prepped in it for me. So I feel like that is a really important part to staying on track, because you don't want to be caught out of the house when you are feeling hungry and you have nothing with you. We all know what that results in. That either results in eating something, that's off plan, something that you don't want to be eating for your health and weight loss journey, or you're simply going to be starving until you get home. And neither of those options are good. Neither of them set you up for success. So just taking an extra 5, 10, 15 minutes out of your day to prep a little bag of food to bring with you is an amazing way to help keep yourself on track. When you're feeling stuck and the scale is just not budging, you would be surprised how much those little things add up. So especially if you're in a plateau, it could really just be that, creamer that you're getting in your coffee every single morning that's just keeping you in just enough of a calorie surplus that the scale is not budging, or just grabbing that one little thing, fast food wise, because you didn't bring something with you, or eating something that, your friend made for you or your parents made for you or whatever, you don't really know what's in it and you're starving, so you're gonna eat it. Maybe there's oil in it, other things that you probably wouldn't prepare for yourself, but you're hungry, so of course you're going to eat it. It's normal. So again, if these things do happen, don't beat yourself up too hard about it. We're human. They do happen to the best of us. But how we can prevent those things from happening is just to be prepared. So when you are out with your friends, when you are visiting with your family, when you are going to a movie with your kids, you feel that you're still in control of your food choices. Being out of control or feeling out of control is how we find ourselves in trouble. And you can easily prevent that by just prepping and preparing a little extra food to bring with you the next time you leave the house. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to share is something that I'm still doing right now, something I did a lot in the beginning of my journey as well, and something that I've talked a lot about for years on my channel. One of my absolute favorite things are one and done meals, as I like to call them. And that is simply a meal that, is a complete meal. So for me, that often looks like soups. I like making starchy soups. So you've got your mixture of your non-starchy veggies mixed with your starchy veggies, and it's just a one and done meal. You can just sit down and eat the soup, and you got everything that you're looking for in a meal in one bowl. Another favorite of mine now are my fiber protein shakes. They are a complete meal and can be used as a complete meal. I've designed them to be around 400 to 500 calories. We're not talking green smoothies or, fruit smoothies that are gonna burn off like an hour later and you're gonna be starving. These are really calorie dense with all the right foods that are gonna keep you full because they're full of both fiber and protein. And they're honestly probably my favorite one and done meal because again, they're just so easy. You have everything in that shake that you need to get you through to your next meal, and they just couldn't get any easier. And one last one and done meal, which is also a favorite of mine, is a starchy salad. I have shown multiple recipes on this channel on how to make a starchy salad, but it's as easy as just mixing your non-starchy veggies, your normal leafy greens, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, whatever it is that you like with whatever type of starch you like. So often for me, I love mixing, quinoa in the salad or sweet potato, or I just like making a quinoa salad in general. I love that, especially in the summertime. It just feels really fresh to me. But we're not talking a garden salad or a green salad. We're talking something that is going to keep you full because it does have the starch inside of it. So those are just a few examples of one and done meals, but why I like these is because once again, it takes the food fatigue out of it. These meals you can make easily in advance and usually keep really well in the fridge. So it's just really nice when, you're really hungry, you don't know what to eat, and you already have a soup made and, you could just pull it right out of the fridge. It's a one and done soup because it's not a non-starchy soup, it's a starchy soup. So you've got it all in there, warm it up, and there you go. You have a dinner ready in 2 minutes. But just again, going back to what I was saying in the beginning of this video, is that you just want to simplify things the best that you can. And by creating one and done meals, you're not fussing in the kitchen. You're not having to whip up, 3, 4, 5 different things. You can make one meal and eat out of that for the next 3, 4 days if you want to, especially if you're busy or you're just kind of over it and you don't know what to make. You can do that. So one and done meals have been a favorite of mine and absolutely something that I try to focus on a lot when I'm preparing my food for the week. All right, everyone, so I'm gonna leave the video here. I hope that those tips helped you. Believe me when I say I know what it's like to struggle. Oh, how I know. It's so completely frustrating, especially when you are feeling lost as far as what to eat, what to do, and nothing seems to be working. I know that frustration all too well. So if it's your first time landing on my channel, that is what my channel is all about, sharing my personal health and weight loss journey following a whole food plant-based diet, and just giving you all my tips and tricks that I've learned along the way, as well as all my recipes and all the foods that I've been eating. So if you're new here, I'd love to have you stick around, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you found any value in today's video, a thumbs up couldn't hurt either. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. And again, if you're in need of some more whole food, oil-free, plant-based recipes that are super, super easy and delicious, don't forget to check out that awesome book sale. Both of my books, 2 for $10 for the next 48 hours. Link in the description box below. See you guys in the next one.